Hey guys, so today I'm going to be reading embarrassing stories and I haven't read these before, so let's get to it. So the first one, seduction gone wrong. I met a really handsome guy on Bumble. We started dating and I found him really attractive, but he was shy and introverted. He couldn't take our relationship to the next level despite the many hints I dropped. We ended up at his place a few times after dinner, but it was always some beer, some TV, and some conversations. He would then ask me to leave, citing that his roommate would be home soon. Realizing that this isn't going anywhere, I decided to take the lead. We went up to his flat after a movie. I pulled him over and kissed him. He finally showed some interest in getting physical. He excused himself to the washroom for a few minutes. It was at that wretched moment that a stupid idea of seducing him struck me. I disrobed and placed my clothes along the way leading from the washroom to his bed, like breadcrumbs leading the prey to the trap. I then got under the sheets of the bed. Under the sheets awaited a rude surprise. His wide-eyed, confused, and annoyed roommate staring at my breasts. I realized that I was in the wrong bedroom, mumbled an apology, and ran out covering my lady bits with my hands. Oh my goodness. No. Well, someone got a surprise. That's wild. That's so embarrassing. Imagine you end up dating this guy and his roommate has seen you naked. No. That's pretty crazy, but we're gonna rate these stories on how embarrassing they are. This is like probably a 6. She can recover from this, you can recover from this. If anything, the roommate got a free show and chalk it up to a funny experience. So 6 on 10. The next one, not in public. Today I was at the laundromat washing clothes. I have meet gassy.
Today I was at the laundromat washing clothes. I have
gassy and having a slight bout of diarrhea. I knew when I bent to sit down, a fart was edging and I gauged it to be silent. The chairs are hard plastic. I bent down to pick up the keys I dropped and the largest fart left my body that made the loudest and longest noise in a quiet laundromat with at least 6 people. I've never been so humiliated. Oh. Well, that sucks. The only bright side to this is that it's at a laundromat. Most likely you will never see these people again. And that is the only silver lining. That's, ew. I give that a 9 on 10 because I would be really embarrassed. So 9 on 10. Okay, the next one, frustrating hookup. Recently, I had hooked up with someone I met on an app. It was the first time I'd ever done a casual hookup, and it was the same for her. When we had first started, it was going well. I was doing everything right and amazing according to her, but she just didn't bring in as much enthusiasm and passion as she could have. I was trying to do foreplay because that's what helps me a lot, but she just wasn't getting it. She was definitely enjoying herself a lot, but I was basically doing all the work. She laid there like a dead fish while I just made her feel good. With her not doing anything, it was a bit difficult to get hard in the first place. And it was even harder to stay hard, pun intended. Managed to do it, but I had to ask her to at least show some kind of interest. Halfway through, I just lost all arousal and I told her that we should just call it a night. She agreed and I left. We had texted and decided that maybe casual sex wasn't right for us and immediately unmatched. The next one, the wrong link. When I worked at Tim's, an overnight worker broke a supervisor's Harry Potter cup. At the time, overnight workers and supervisors, managers had one group chat for work. The overnight worker felt bad and asked for a link for the Harry Potter cup so they could order a new one for her. The supervisor accidentally copied the wrong Harry Potter link and didn't notice. She sent Gary Potter porn to the whole chat. One of the managers in all caps no one opened that. No. That's really embarrassing and scary. I know when I send things to people, sometimes I worry I've sent them something, especially for work, for like a friend, something funny, something silly and stupid. No, that's so bad. I think that's like a 9 or a 9.5 because you have to work with those people after. What do you do? That's bad. 9.5, definitely. Yeah, that's bad. The next one, Viagra refill at a pediatric hospital. For over 10 years, I've used a retail pharmacy embedded in a large pediatric hospital in the Midwest. I worked there for years, and after leaving my employment, I kept going back because of their excellent service. My doc renews my prescription after my yearly physical. Apparently, the system noticed I had not refilled sildenafil in a while. It automatically refilled it. No problem until I picked it up. Who knew my insurance considers a 90-day supply to be 18 little blue pills? I certainly didn't, and I bet the 5 or 6 people behind me in line didn't either. We all know now. What? Huh? So I guess a 90-day supply. Oh, so maybe this person was picking up Viagra and the pharmacist told them like it's only 18 pills and like the people in line behind them found out. I don't think that's like super embarrassing. I give that like a 3 on 10. Not that bad. Okay, the next one. So the phantom pooper that my coworker and I had to clean up after. I work at a restaurant, and the other night we had this sweet elderly couple come in for dinner. They finished their meal and the gentleman excused himself to the restroom. I don't like where this is going. No big deal, right? Well, he was in there for like an hour until his wife finally went in to retrieve him. Fast forward a few hours, now we're closing up and it's my turn to clean the bathroom. I walk in and oh my gosh, the horror. The toilet was clogged to the brim with poop. The trash can was overflowing with paper towels smeared with, you guessed it, poop. And there was poop on the floor. And the smell, oh, the smell, I'm telling you, I couldn't even. So my coworker, Dan, bless his soul, took one for the team. He unclogged the toilet, wiped up the poop on the floor, and I had to tackle the trash can. I pulled out the bag, and lo and behold, there was a rogue turd hiding underneath the trash bag in the trash can. I don't even know how that happened. Even after Dan wiped down the walls with bleach, the bathroom reeked for days. It's only just starting to smell normal. It was so bad you can smell it in the dining room. One of the cooks has dubbed this guy the phantom pooper. So yeah, that was our night. Hope someone finds this as hilarious as we did after the trauma subsided, of course. So that's crazy. Do you think that's crazy? Don't mind the cat. I would quit my job. I would quit my job. If I had to clean that up in a restaurant, that's horrible. That's 10 on 10. To date, that's the worst. Do you think that's the worst? He thinks that's the worst too. So 10 on 10 for that. And so that's the end of that. That was 10 on 10 horrific and embarrassing. And poor old man, I would never walk into that restaurant again in my life. And I would pray that they don't remember my face. So that's all for this video. Those were interesting to say the least, and I'll see you guys in the next one.